Hey everyone, welcome to the very first official video for our new channel, Next Level Homesteading. In this video, I want to get you better acquainted with the property and what we're doing, because if you watched my property tour on Next Level Gardening and then I pulled it over on this channel, just in the short time since I've been able to spend a lot more time here, I've realized I've changed my mind pretty much 100% on where things were initially planned. So in this video, part of what I want to do is take you on a tour of part of the property that I've changed my mind on and let you know what we're doing. I want to give you an in-depth plan of the first area that I'm going to be working on, because guess what? It's almost time to start thinking about planting our fall vegetables. And so that's the first thing I'm going to be doing at this house. So this area over here is where I had initially planned on doing the Mediterranean vegetable garden. The only problem with that is that this is a huge area. It's also got a really big slope on it in a couple of different directions. And so it's pretty much the hardest area to work and actually get civilized and ready to work in and plant. And I chose that for the first thing to do. And so I was very overwhelmed and really dreading getting started. So that's back there. On the completely opposite side of the house is where I will now be doing the vegetable and the Mediterranean garden. The reason for that is that this area, while it has a slope, it's sloping gently in one direction. So you can see this. It slopes in one direction out from the house. So I'm actually standing right between the two windows on this wall of the house. And so what you have to imagine is from each end of the house, there's going to be a straight line going straight out from the house. And that will be the width of the vegetable garden, at least in the beginning. I've got this whole area that I can move up past if I want to expand later. So I'm going to walk straight out, show you a view back here, and you'll be able to see a little bit better of what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's the end of the house. Imagine two lines coming straight out from both ends. The way it slopes down here, I'm going to make 3 flat terraces about 10 feet long from the house. And each one of those terraces coming straight out will have 5 4-foot by 8-foot beds. And they will work their way down the slope here. I chose this site for more than that. I chose it because there is a fence back here, and even though that's not the fence that's our property line, it actually goes quite a bit further that way. It makes this an area that's a size that is like, you know, maybe a normal large backyard garden area. So it wasn't as intimidating. There's also not a lot of work I have to do in terms of clearing and leveling. I will have to do some terracing, but that's okay. I'm going to have to do that anywhere. But it's terracing in one direction and not 3 different slopes going 3 different ways. Now, on this side of the vegetable garden, there's going to be, because this is all going to be Mediterranean themed, if you remember from before. On the other side of the vegetable garden is going to be like a Mediterranean style garden, which is great for here in California because we have a Mediterranean climate. Our climate is very similar to southern Italy, southern France. And so all the plants that do well there, because they're mostly drought tolerant, are going to do great here. Dividing the Mediterranean vegetable garden from the Mediterranean garden, I'm going to have arbors that kind of step down the terraced slope exactly with the vegetable beds. And those arbors are going to be covered in grapevines. Beautiful yet productive, right? So let's go over on the other side of those grapevines, or where they're going to be, and I'll kind of let you know what we're going to do over here. Okay, I'm standing at the corner of the house from where the vegetable garden is going to be going down that way. Now we've got 2 eucalyptus trees here sprouting back from where they were cut down. Those will be removed completely. And this is the area that was outside of our master bedroom that I said I was going to get started on. So that is going to be Mediterranean themed. And it's going to look out over this sloped Mediterranean garden here. Now right here about where this grass is, I've been dreaming a very long time about having an ancient oak. You can buy oak trees that are quite old or grown to look very old that they will bring in and plant. Now, I don't think I can afford that right now. I haven't even priced them, but it is a dream of mine to get an ancient, did I say oak? An ancient olive tree. Olives are very Mediterranean, of course, and so I think an old looking olive tree right in this location is just going to enhance the feel and the theme of being Mediterranean. So we've got olives, we've got grapes. You see where I'm going here? So right here would be that olive tree. And then what I would like, because the mountains here look very much like the mountains in the Mediterranean, in Italy, in southern France, right? But there are greenhouses here. There's a nursery right here, and there's greenhouses that I actually want to cover up. I don't want to see the greenhouses, but I do want to see the mountains above. So I'm going to be planting something along that fence to just cover up to about there, and then leave the sky part open. So you still get the view, but you don't have the man-made view, just that. On either side of this view, I would like to plant maybe 3 Italian cypress to lend, more of the Mediterranean feel. And then down through this area will be lavender and, all kinds of Mediterranean plants, maybe some rocky outcroppings with a path, going through. So basically an ornamental themed Mediterranean garden. Now, right over here is our huge parking lot of a patio. Now, on the far side, over there, is going to be the tropical garden with the pool. I've laid this hose out as the delineation marker for where the 2 gardens will be separated. Mediterranean on this side, tropical pool area on this side. This is just too big of an expanse to not divide. I mean, it's huge. So in the area on the left side of the hose, I will be exposing the decomposed granite. For some reason, on this patio, they had decomposed granite, and then they covered it with a thin layer of concrete. I don't know if it was just to stabilize things or to make it a different color, but I prefer the natural looking decomposed granite, especially for the Mediterranean side. Now, obviously a hose isn't something that's going to divide 2 garden themes, but I do want to I don't want to see Mediterranean from tropical, and I don't want to see tropical from Mediterranean. So from the corner of the house right here, I'm going to have a hedge, probably 8-foot tall hedge, that kind of curves out toward this wall and then follows that line straight out to the end. Somewhere along that hedge, I'm going to have a gate, a door, what have you, to lead from one side to the other. And that gate on this side will have some kind of tropical look. And on the other side of the gate, it will have more of a Mediterranean look. Because it is going to be fall planting time soon for the vegetables, I don't have time to terrace this hill before that. So what I'm going to do is take the area along the house, and that's about a 10-foot wide area, and it's full sun most of the day. This just happens to be morning, so it'll be plenty of sun, way more sun than I had during my winter growing season at our old house. And I'm going to put in, very simple, cheap raised beds that will only be here for, 1 season probably. And I'll grow all my vegetables throughout the winter, or throughout the fall and winter here. And then during the winter, when the weather is cooler, I'm going to start work and hopefully finish the entire terraced vegetable garden through the winter. So when spring planting time gets here, it'll be ready to go. So hopefully you guys stick with me through the winter, even though you're not gardening, and you will see this area completely transform. I've actually been asked by quite a few of you, if we sold our house, our old house, what, are the new owners gardeners? And I'm happy to say that I could not be happier with the outcome of all that. Our house sold 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. We had many showings. We had 11 offers. We did not choose the highest offer. It was close. They were all in a good range. But I chose the family I chose because I knew they would take care of the garden. That was my main concern, really. I mean, obviously we needed enough money so we could buy this house. But other than that, I needed to choose. And fortunately, we had a lot of people to choose from. But I needed to choose somebody who I knew was going to take care of that house like it was, like I did. You know, many of you know who came to this channel from my other channel know that that house had been in my family since the 1960s. It was my grandparents' house before it was mine. I have spent every Christmas there since I was born. That's 46 Christmases. And the last 10 years, I have put my heart and soul into that property. And when I met the family that is moving in there, I couldn't be happier. There was no better fit for that house. Number one, they are gardeners. They also poured their heart out to me, acknowledging and recognizing the hard work, not only the hard work, but a piece of myself is there. And it was very important for them to have me understand that they knew that and that they wanted to carry on that exact same thing. I won't get into all the details, but I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they will take care of it. They've also told us several times that my family and I are more than welcome to come back anytime. And they weren't just, wasn't just words. I could tell that this was actually something they meant, you know? And I don't think if they weren't going to take care of the gardens, they'd want us coming back. So I feel super, super good about it. It's going to be really difficult to leave. It's a week from today that is moving day. We will be here in this house full time a week from today. Oh, that's so crazy. I will still have about 2 weeks to go back after that to finish up the photos for the book. I've had one photo session with the photographer, and it's coming along amazingly, and we'll have 2 more over the next couple of weeks, and then I should be done with that portion of the book. I will be done with the house, and it's almost like this whole new chapter is going to start for us. So I do want to take a minute to acknowledge all of those of you who either came from Next Level Gardening and subscribed here on this channel, or for those who found, a lot of people, which surprised me, found that video I did on making the new channel, and actually that was their first time here on Next Level Gardening and subscribed in both places. I am so amazed by that. I am so happy to see this channel already flourishing, even though this is the first official video of the channel. So we're off to a great start. We have so much more to do, so much more to cover. And I'm just excited to just be doing this all together. So with that being said, thank you all for being here. If you could share this channel with others, that would be awesome. If you haven't subscribed already, come on the journey with us, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.